Show all 516 from 2021. I really hate that that number is so high, but I have no one to blame but myself.
Hi. So almost a year ago, I made a video where I decluttered my computer. It's one of my favorite videos that I've done, which is why I decided to do it again. And after a year, we're back at square one, if not even worse, because it's gotten pretty bad. So like my last video, this one is going to be organized into two parts. First, I'm going to try to declutter everything, my desktop, files, SD cards, and then I'm going to try to organize, but unlike my last video, I'm going to try to provide some tips that I think seem pretty helpful, and hopefully so will you, so we don't end up with a giant digital declutter in 2023. Am I confident? A little bit, but I know myself way too well to recognize patterns. So, should I blur this like I did last time? I know it wasn't the best looking, but I really don't want anything popping up that's not supposed to be seen. And I'm making it sound like I have nudes on my computer. I promise you it's not that. I just want to be able to have a little bit of privacy. I should be able to have some privacy, right? Okay, let's just go ahead and dive in. Okay, first thoughts, I'm very overwhelmed. Same first thoughts as last time. It's too much. In fact, I think this time it's worse. There's no room at all and everything's just crowding over each other.
Alright, the name of the game is I don't need this. I don't need this. So basically, if I come across something that I'm unfamiliar with or that I don't know or like doesn't spark an immediate memory, I'm just gonna delete it. I feel like I'm already going against my rule. Last video I told myself not to open up stuff because if I opened up stuff I was gonna try to keep it. So far that hasn't been the case, but I think it's slowing me down. All right, let's just go for it. All in. I guess what I'm doing right now is technically organizing, but I'm not really sure which one of these videos is which, so I'm gonna just handle that when I get there. What is this? What was I doing? Oh my goodness. We're just gonna close out of that. Maybe I was trying to record something. So I kind of see light in my eyes. See, I shouldn't have opened this up because now, even though this is like so stupid, I kind of want to keep it. I think I'm gonna keep it. All right, now my desktop is somewhat clean. It's much better than when I started out. So now I'm going to move on to my files. Oh my goodness. How did I let it get this bad? Disappointment. That's all I feel. Disappointment. Okay, these are recordings from a project that I previously did, and I have a hard time deleting footage from previous projects even after the project is complete. I'm scared that I might need it someday, but I highly doubt that I will. If I do need anything, I'll probably just go to the finished product, but I think it's time to let these go. I'm terrified, but we're just gonna do it anyway. Okay. What can I say? This photo, I have to keep it. It would be such a shame for me to let this go into the trash can. So, no, she's gonna stay. She's gonna stay. She has to stay. Oh my goodness. Okay, all of this is wild. This is the same thing over and over and over, and it's just repeated. All of that is just the same exact file. And I don't know why I kept saving it over and over. I guess I was having trouble saving it. Like if I didn't know if it was saving correctly or if I had it or not. I made a pros and cons list of dropping this class last semester. Spoiler alert, I did drop the class, so. Show all 516 from 2021. I really hate that that number is so high, but I have no one to blame but myself. Okay, I've deleted about 400 items from 2021, And I think that's the last of my files. Is it? I think it is. I think I've gone through everything.
Tip number 1 is to have a plan going into this. I think this is where I messed up last time. I had a little game plan, but the plan was not a good one. I went in focusing more on deleting things and clearing up space, which is definitely huge, but I didn't really think about what would happen after the fact. You need a plan to reorganize. Start thinking about what you have and what you need. I've jotted down some notes and I have them in front of me so I won't forget what the plan is. Alright, I took some notes on my iPad on how I want to organize everything on my computer. Based on everything that I had found while I was cleaning up, I tried to think about what type of folders that I needed, and I created a rough draft from there. Now, I'm definitely going to add more, but this is just a start. This is my starting plan, just so I have an idea of what I'm trying to do here. The second tip is to have structure. I'm talking folders inside of folders inside of folders. Start off with the broadest categories. For me, everything on my computer can be categorized under school, work, YouTube, and personal as kind of like a catch-all, and then start making folders within those folders. Alright, now that I have my main 4, I can go ahead and start breaking those down into folders within them. So for personal, I can do something like job, search, and go ahead and add that. I can also do another one, which is like an obvious one, documents. And then once you have those, you can go ahead and start breaking those down as well. If you notice that some items are related, you can group them together under a common subject. For example, in my last video, I had separate folders for each subject that I was studying. Instead of having them all spread out, I can combine them under one folder titled classes. And if you want, you can go even further and make folders based off of years or semesters, but I know for me, I don't really keep much from my classes. The most I'll keep are projects or papers I've written, so I'll only have those folders for my previous classes, which brings me to my next tip. Organize in what way works best for you. Just make sure it's in a way that's easy for you to remember and easy for you to get to, whether that's by date, place, media type, category, or maybe even a combination of a few. Just make it make sense to you. Tip number 4 is to make things specific. Think about how you're going to remember this file or folder. If you were searching for it, what type of words would you put into the search bar? Being specific is going to help you find what you're looking for faster. So instead of naming something just music, maybe add music for insert project name, or what type of music it is for insert project name. But you don't have to go too crazy with too much information. Just choose a specific name that's going to help you when searching. Okay, about this video. So for a little bit of context, in high school I did color guard and indoor/winter guard, and we had been performing on this mat for I don't know how long. Like, it was way before my time, and it definitely looked like it had been through some stuff. And so we were thinking, okay, this is the perfect opportunity for us to be like the other schools, and we can have a nice cool mat to reflect our show and add to that visual aspect and really bring everything together. And even our instructor acknowledged it. They were like, yeah, this mat is definitely pretty rough. And instead of saying, okay, let's go ahead and get a new mat, they handed us a Sharpie and told us to get to coloring. And so this is a video of me aggressively trying to color in the lines of this old mat. So let's go ahead and try to name it. All right, we're working on being specific, so aggressively coloring in indoor mat. And I believe this was 2018, maybe? No, this was 2019. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this name perfectly describes this video, and if I was searching for it, this is what I would type up. So I think this is specific enough. Remember in 2019 when Marie Kondo was all the crave? The most important thing that I took away from her show, especially when setting up a new space, is to make sure that everything has a home. This helped me out so much last year when I moved into my first dorm room, and I don't know why I didn't think about this when it came to my computer. When using your computer, it's easy to save files wherever it's most convenient. I'm gonna be honest and say there were times where I didn't even look to see where the stuff was being saved. I just thought, I can type up the name of it and it'll pop up. Which is why my desktop looks like a tornado came through it. That thing was so cluttered, files started saving on top of each other. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to let me know with a like. Also, okay, let's be honest here. Am I the only one whose computer looked this bad? If you're out there, please let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious because I look at all the little aesthetic laptop tours, and everything is just so organized, and I think, I can't be the only one out here. Also, everyone who looked at my computer screen would instantly shame me, which I probably deserved, but they can't do that because now I'm one of the little aesthetic laptop girlies.
Alright, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.